Hello everybody, Thursday I think. What's happening, everybody? Thursday night. Yes, Thursday. So, thank you again, Mike Smith. Great song. Good job on that again, even though you say you slapped it together. You do really, really well. Super good job on these songs. Say hi, Molly. How are you? Hi, Molly. What are you doing? Say hi, everybody. Say what's up. A little bit. Yep. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started. There's a few of y'all in here, a couple of YouTubers, a couple of Facebookers, and start peeling the lids back. So what I did here is I decided to change the sticker a little bit and go with kind of more like, looks like a Band-Aid. So that's pretty much kind of the direction I'm going. When I'm taking and building and designing these things, I have to try to keep in consideration it's not always what I want. It's the people that are helping me make the decals and such, and easier I can make it, it's easier it's going to be for everybody. So just the difference, this is just a standard pattern. This one would have had to been fitted a lot. It would have been a little bit harder to fit that. So anyhow, so I made a change. I like it. It works. So real quick, this is a 4.5 straight 4 transistor unit, auto sideband delay in it, 2879's inside, standard 2879's, and it's a good little amp. Like I said, it has auto sideband in here, so if you do go to sideband, you're a user of one of these straight boxes, nothing with an internal driver, it will have an automatic sideband delay built in the unit. As I took and worked with these boxes and been playing a little bit more and more with the sideband, it's so interesting to see how little bit of drive you can get really good power out of here. Yes, you can still drive these things a little bit, but you just, what I'm leaning towards is you guys need to be more careful if you're going to operate on sideband. It's not like AM at all. It's a totally different animal. It would be, to be honest, you would be running about half of the power or a quarter of the power that you would on AM to get sideband to take and go and flow really well. Sideband is very, very easy to overdrive your amplifier, and it causes problems. As I've been getting back, some people break their stuff and they have to get it in their heads that you don't need all of this drive on sideband. I'm pushing on this a little bit because there's quite a bit of my equipment out there being operated on sideband, and I have no problem with it. Yes, they are Class C amplifiers. There's no applied voltage to the base of the transistor, which would be a biasing in some certain form or class, but I'm building Class C units, so you're less subjected to overdrive unless you do it to yourselves. So mind your drive, mind your voltage, mind your radios. So these little units don't have a driver. We'll talk about radios real quick because there's a lot of big ones out there. They have dual finals. So a straight box, a dual final radio works really well with it. Now, not so much always when you have an internal driver like this 5 transistor unit. So when you have an internal driver already here and you have attenuation right here, then you're going to dump a really high powered radio into, first off, the attenuation and the potentiometer. You're going to put that big radio into here, and then you're going to take it, if it gets through here, it's going to hit that 1-fill stage. So it's kind of like 2 against 1. It's just way too much for a 1-fill stage when you have a dual final radio. Even though you say you can turn them back, it's never enough, and they don't want to act right. Some guys get lucky and say, oh, mine works good. Well, maybe. I'm not going to question that. If it's working for you, great. But if you're going to ask me a question and say, which way would you go? I'm going to ask you questions in return and say, which way do you guys want to go? Which way do you want to take in talk? You want to talk both sideband and AM? Well, you're going to suffer on one or gain on the other. You just have to pick your own good or bad decisions. So let's take and get this thing fired up. We're going to run through this one real quick. I am going to hit it with the little Texas Star. We'll keep the drive probably under 50 or 50, 60 watts on AM. These are the standard 2879 HGs. So we're going to run this test at 14.8 volts. This is intended just, I think, for a dual final radio, in fact. The guy said, I think he said he had a little dual final radio, and he's going to put this in his truck or something. I'm not sure, but as it goes, nice little package, cool little box. 10 gauge wires in the back, slew cord keeper, remote, all the norms. So let's turn this on. Now I'm going to run this just because it's set up for sideband. I'm going to run this little unit here on the 148. And we'll go to AM first, and then we'll take and go over the slugs real quick. Let me look at, see which one I'm on. 5,000 there. 500 there. We'll go to RMS. Okay, cool. So, I guess I can put a clamp on it. Alright. So here's just the radio driving this unit. And we're going to look at 1,000 watt RMS, an analog. I don't change these things, guys, you know that. So 1,000 analog, 5,000 analog and peak, and then 2,500 and 5,000 on the digital. So let's take a look real quick. Everything on, audio, I got audio, okay. All right, so let's just look at the radio driving it right now. I'm going to take and turn this slug around here. It's 25 watt slug. So here's the radio drive into a straight 4-fill. Audio, 148, about 7.5 bird. What it says. So I'll turn that back around. Here's your input reflection. This is going back to, yes, all that. So just before we clarify, half a wavelength from my radio down to the Texas Star. The Texas Star is another half a wavelength down to this 4 transistor unit, and another half. So all 12s on the coax. Take a look at the meter here. Input reflection. Audio input. 25 watt slug. That's a half a watt. It's telling me. And let's look at 1,000 here. Audio. So it's like 200, 180, 90. Audio, 175 on that one. Let's go down to this one here. Audio, 250. I'll take the 175. All right, so 175 audio. That's just the radio hitting it. Now let's look at the peaker tweaker. Here you go, peaker tweaker. Audio, peaker tweaker, audio 1, 2, 3. So it's 600 by itself with just like a 7 watt bird radio going into it. It's pretty good. But now what happens? I'm going to go to sideband. Well, let me go back here real quick. All right. Here's your AM. Amperage, audio. Now I'm just going to keep it right here. I'm going to go to sideband. Audio sideband. Audio 1, 2. It's like doubled. So that's what happens when you go to sideband. What happens when we go to sideband here? Audio. So we're hitting 575. And if we're on AM, audio, about the same. And that's just with the radio hitting. So if I take and turn on the little driver, low side, all the way low side, now let's see what we got. Sideband, audio, 850, 900 watts. That's pretty doggone good for 4 transistors. That was AM. All right, let's add AM again. Audio AM, audio AM, audio AM. Here's your RMS. Audio, audio, audio. That's about 300 watts, okay? Now watch, here's your sideband. Audio sideband, audio sideband. Wow, that just hit 900, 925 peak. Now here is your RMS, or your average. Audio, 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 audio. She's just getting on down there. It's a 1,000 watt slug doing about 700. So, regardless on what you choose on how to run these amps, when you're on sideband, you just have to be smart. And that's what I'm trying to take and help you guys out with, is be smart about your sideband selection for your drive. You can always bring it up a little bit, but where you're really going to see the differences at is when you take and you look at the amperage. Now, if you can monitor that, that's great, but if you don't, then you'll never know. But you can just really draw a lot more amperage. Everything's still the same. Audio, audio, still sideband. Now here's sideband amperage. Audio, 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 audio. So that's 67 amps. Well, you know, if you take and you figure out the stuff, you got 4 transistors, maximum current is about 20 amps. So we're filling them up pretty good with that little bit of drive. Audio, 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 audio. 69, 70 amps. I say they're pretty full. And that's a pretty good presentation on how sideband was going to run on these units. Now, going ahead and moving on forward to take and we'll just go back over to AM. Guess I'll continue with this unit. See how she works. Let's give it a little bit of drive now. We were running it here. Audio, 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 audio. So we were only running about 25 watts into this. Let's bring her up a bit. Audio, audio, audio. Alright, that was 50. Okay. Let's take a look at 1,000 watt slug. Audio, 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 audio. 380 at 50. What am I doing on my amperage here? Audio, 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 audio. 40. Pika, 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 tweaka, audio, audio, audio. 950. Now, what do we do with a 5-pill, man? We get some drive out of them. Let's see how we're going to do here. Audio, audio, audio. Audio, audio, audio. So they're about 50 right there. The fan's getting. And inputs reflection audio. That is with the 148. Now, I can take and do the same test and move over to Texas, which that's what I'm getting ready to do. And we can take a look at the number real quick. Audio, 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 audio. So we're right around 50 watts. So we're going to match that up with Texas. And this is just the difference between radios, if you want to look at it that way. You have a radio that can go on AM and sideband. The 148, they're great radios. They do drive well. But when you feed something a Cobra 29, it's actually a different animal. Let me shut this one off here. All right, so let's just take a look at the drive where I'm at right here. Audio, 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 audio. It's just a touch higher. Let me back it up. Audio, 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 audio. There's our 55. So I'll turn this back on, and we'll go right back to the same deal. 1,000 watt slug. Audio, 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 audio. There's peak. Audio, 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 audio. So 1025 on the peak, and audio, 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 audio. 400, 425 with RMS. But I'm hitting it at 50 watts at 14.8 volts. There's your volts and the amps with the driver. Audio, 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 audio. So 14.8. Good little unit. Lasts you a long time. Alright, moving on. We're going to take and fire up this little 5-pill since everything else is hooked up. Hold on a second. Alright, music while I switch stuff. These little 5 transistor units that I'm doing the South Jersey line are absolutely ripping. They're running good. They run damn near as good as the Psycho Zips, and I do a little bit of extra stuff in those boxes. But this is definitely not missing out on anything. Running. Okay. Alright, so here is, as you guys had seen many of these units, a 12879 drive-in, 4 2879's, but the difference between this unit and the other ones is instead of having a 1-inch output transformer, or instead of having an 1.5-inch output transformer, it has a 1-inch output transformer. It's the way I designed this box. It runs really good, still has the same cooling system in them. 108 CFM fans, pump some air through this thing, good potentiometer. The attenuation I have on here is really low. I have like a 1.8 ohm resistor here. That's my attenuator, plus you have the attenuation of the pot in front. So, good keying circuit, big tip 41C, still the same relays, two 6-gauge power wires, one red and black, obviously. I used to, on the other line, the Psycho Zip line, there's actually a 5/16 bolt that runs through the back. So, let's take and get this little guy fired up. Really happy with how all this stuff ran out. So, let's run it. That is go time. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let me take and change 2 things. 25-watt slug is going to show me radio. I'll take a 5-watt slug and throw it back to the radio. Alright, let's see how I got movement everywhere. Audio. Hello. What the hell? Audio. Oh no, something right here, boy. Alright, bear with me. Technical difficulties. Again, audio. Audio. Alright, sorry about that. Had to move coax around. So, that said, take a look. 25-watt slug, input, reflection. Stop right here at the amperage. Audio 1, 2, amperage, audio 1, 2, 3, 4. 62, 63 amps. Here's my input drive, 25-watt slug. Audio, radio, about 9. Input, 5-watt slug, each line's a 1/10 of a watt. Audio. Really good. RMS, 1,000 watts, each line's 20. Try that again. Audio. 550. Let's see what it says down here. Audio. 5 there. Look at the other one. Audio. 550 there. Let's see the peaker. Tweaker. Audio. Nothing wrong with that 1,000-watt box. Let's look at the other one on peak. Audio. 900 there. Let's look at this 5 kilowatt. Audio. That's 5 little transistors with 1-inch output transformers. Audio, figure tweaker, audio, good 1000 analog. So, you know, guys, I keep saying there's only so many tests you can do with these boxes. Woo-wee. I got another one. Back it down. Let's see what it does all the way down. I ain't gonna adjust them dead keys. I just scream in the microphone and say hoo-ha, la-dee-da, hoo-ha, la-dee-da, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. So, really nice. Look at that. Look at the finger tweaker audio. You're happy, I bet. RMS guys, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got it back down at about 225, 250. And here's analog. It's a 5,000 watt slug there. And this is a 1,000 watt slug. Audio, hello, 1, 2, 3. So just right up under that 300 watt mark. Little box. Pretty versatile. That's what I like about them. Level 5 transistors. They're versatile. You can use them. They're happy with almost everything all the way to the 32. Oh, you got this magic knob right here. But this magic knob will go up in smoke if you have a dual final radio. You'll feel it crunchy. Well, I had it back down and I have my radio back down and I said, okay, turn the knob. Feel like a speed bump? Yep. Burned a hole in it, man. So, that's how it goes. Where's oh no. Molly, where'd you go? Where's Molly? What are we doing? Huh? Come here. Come on here. What's up? How are you? How's things? You good? Molly? Yeah. Yeah, you waving at everybody. What's happening? You a good girl? What you been? Where you going tomorrow? You going somewhere special? Molly? You gonna go somewhere special? You're gonna get a bath? You're gonna get your nails done? Come here. Huh? You gonna go get a bath tomorrow? And get your nails done? Yeah, you're gonna go to the beauty salon. Yeah, you're gonna show everybody how pretty you are. You see that? You're a good girl. There you go. No, let's stay here. It's all right. Everybody, how clean your teeth are, because you eat milk bones all the time, don't you? So what's up? You gonna say hi? Say hi, Molly. What happened? Come here. Over here. Here, we're right here. So what happened? What's been going on? Yeah? You feeling all right? It's nice weather out. So you gonna talk? You wanna get the kitty? Do you? Watch him. Where's it at? Are you gonna show him? You can show him? Yeah? Really? You gonna show him? Where? Where? Over there? We can go get it in a minute. We're gonna get him in a minute, alright? Okay? You gonna sit. You gonna wave? Get one. Alright, good girl. Don't bump your head. You ain't got that far. Alright, guys. Well, there you have it. Little 5 transistor unit, 1x4. Short transformers. Works out. Anyway, catch up with me. Price lists are already posted up on my pages, and looking for one, hit me up. I'm making them. Guys, thanks for watching. All the support that I have. Scooter Criddle, Adam up in Canada. God, the list just keeps rolling and rolling. Fat Boy even, he helps me out a lot. It's great to be able to go next door and get the parts I need quickly. It really is. You guys don't understand it. It's really nice. But thanks for watching, guys. Catch you up on the next one. God bless.